Dyslexia is a learning disability that affects 15 to 20% of people, according to the International Dyslexia Association. Here in Idaho, there's a group dedicated to raising awareness and increasing resources for children with dyslexia. It's called Decoding Dyslexia, and according to them, Idaho is the only state in the country that hasn't adopted any legislation to help dyslexic students. But this session, there have been 2 bills introduced to hopefully fix that. But as Tristan Lewis found out, there's a bit of a controversy that comes along with these 2 bills. Tristan?
Yeah, Brian, Senate Bill 1280 was passed unanimously last week. It would require all schools in Idaho to enact similar dyslexic resources in schools, like screenings and support systems. Another bill brought to the House, House Bill 655, also looks to do similar. Supporters of the Senate bill believe it does more for the state, but it is being held in committee because of that House bill, they say. And after years of waiting for more resources, they just want it to be heard.
Just a mom that knew.
Decoding Dyslexia Idaho founder Robert Zikmund says from an early age, she knew her son was different.
They're not grasping the same concepts that others are.
She says by the 3rd grade, her son's peers were reading to learn, while he was still learning to read.
He's in 7th grade, still reading at 1st grade level.
Eventually, she was able to take her son to an outside source to find out he had dyslexia.
And I took the evaluation eager to school for them to tell me Idaho doesn't support dyslexia. We don't have any resources.
In 2018, Zikmund says Decoding Dyslexia reached out to the Idaho Department of Education to get more resources for dyslexic students, like early screenings, teacher trainings, and more.
They said they had everything covered and they didn't know what we were worried about and sent us on our way.
Idaho teachers are frustrated too. Jordan Atnip of Council says she felt lost looking for guidance on how to help her dyslexic students.
There was nothing that, was in place, no knowledge that was passed on, no physical resources, and so you do a lot of digging.
Zikmund says Idaho is the last state to pass legislation to create dyslexia resources, something Senate Bill 1280 by Senator Carl Crabtree and Senator Robert Blair hopes to fix.
We got it through the Senate unanimously. Seldom does an important bill like this get through the Senate unanimously.
Crabtree says the bill was sent over to the House, but hasn't been heard. He and other lawmakers believe a similar dyslexia bill introduced by Idaho State Superintendent Sherry Ibarra is to blame. House Bill 655.
This is doing a disservice to this group of students.
House Education Committee Chair Lance Clow of Twin Falls says there are no plans as of now to hear the Senate bill in committee. Clow, who is a co-sponsor of the House bill, adds he isn't holding it because he thinks one bill is better than the other.
But I think they both have some really good elements, and I would like to see us find the best way.
But parents like Zikmund feel the Senate bill is the best option. She says the House bill doesn't help dyslexic students enough.
It's not going to shift the needle. It's not what I know the experts know that we need. It's just more of the same.
And the Idaho State Department of Education was not able to get back to us tonight, but do plan on responding soon. And for more information on both of these bills, head on over to our website, ktvb.com. Brian?
Well, Tristan, legislation usually comes with some sort of fiscal impact. Has that been indicated with either one of these bills?
Yeah, so that House bill at their fiscal note, they say it's going to be about $97,000 for the state coordinator for dyslexic services, and then they estimate about $2 million for those resources for the schools. And while in the Senate bill, they don't really have a fiscal note on the bill, but they do say that there's already money in the budget for resources like this.
Well, $1.9 billion surplus. There might be a little bit of money out there for that. All right, thank you very much, Tristan.